Back on. Turbulence in love. How many of you have ever experienced turbulence in love? Good. I'm not the only one. I was worried about that. So good morning, everybody. I'm going to take just a second to connect with everybody here, if you don't mind. Thank you, thank you. Welcome. Happy Sunday, everybody. I don't know about you, but Sunday is one of my very favorite days of the week. Do you know that for so long in my life, I thought that Sunday was the last day of the week? It's the first day of the week, yeah. It is the first day of the week. So when I got asked to do the talk this month, and I was so excited when I read through the papers from home office, and I saw it was on love all month. I was like, so cool, because last time I talked, I had a choice on love, or it was 2 different months, and the one on love was too soon, so I chose the other one, and so I was really excited this time. And then when I looked at my week, turbulence in love, oh joy. So. But I sat and meditated with it and just got with it and realized that I was the perfect candidate for this talk because I've certainly had my share of turbulence in life and in love. So I just want to give a little beginning today that I am not here to teach you anything. I'm not a preacher. I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm not here to change your mind. Although, you might learn something, and you might change your mind by the end of this talk with some new tools and things. So we've all suffered in life, right? So the thing is, when turbulence in love comes in our lives, what do we do? How do we handle it? How do we move through it? And everybody on this earth plane wants to be happy, right? You guys want to be happy? Yes. Good. I'm not the only one that wants to be happy, too. So we're on the same page. Buddhists say that everybody wants to be happy, that's what motivates everything that we do. Every single thing is because we want to be happy, and we repel the things that we don't like and make us unhappy, and we shut them down. And so, to greater love and happiness, we start at the beginning. So, in the very beginning, God made Adam and Eve. And Adam and God were walking in the Garden of Eden one day, having a little chat. And Adam said to God, "Man, you made Eve so beautiful. She's just stunning. She's gorgeous. I adore her." And God said, "Yes, that was so that you would love her very, very deeply." And so they continued walking along, and with a little intrepidation, Adam says to God, "But God, you made Eve like not so smart." And God said, "Why, yes, absolutely. And that is so Eve could love you so very, very deeply." So we can laugh at this, but there is some truth to this because we live in this society. We live in this society that has gender profiled us, okay? We all have a little bit of masculine and a little bit of feminine. But because I have this feminine body, I am told I'm supposed to do feminine things, and the guys are supposed to do masculine things. Well, that is a setup for turbulence, right there. And it happens not just with our loved ones and our mates, but it happens with family and friends. It happened as we were growing up. We had very loving, well-meaning parents and grandparents, but sometimes they got angry with us. Sometimes they weren't so loving and nice. And sometimes even we could have had a lifetime or a continual turbulence from a parent or a step-parent or something like that. So it's really important that we know how to, we have some tools. That's one of the things I've learned as a practitioner. I have a toolbox full of stuff. And so I want to share some of those tools with you today. So Albert Einstein, one of his most famous quotes, is that you cannot solve a problem from the level of the problem. How many have heard that? Yeah. So that means when we feel turbulence, like when we're flying. Anybody experience turbulence flying? Yeah, it comes with flying. It's going to happen sooner or later. If it hasn't happened to you yet, sorry for the bad news. But turbulence happens, and it happens in our lives as well. It's going to happen. It's going to show up. So the thing is what we do about it. So just like when you're in an airplane, the pilot flies above it, right? Gets above it or below it, whatever they have to do. But they try to get out of the turbulence by rising to a higher atmosphere. And so for us in our lives, the work is to get, if we have turbulence, it means that we have left the atmosphere of love. And that is on our side. And I can't control what anybody else out there does. I've learned that lesson very, very well. But what I can change, I've learned coming here, is that I can change me. I can change my reactions into responses, and I can love instead of react. Science of Mind says if you change your perspective, you change your mind, you change your life, right? And so how do we change our mind in turbulence? So for me, it is an awareness. Everything starts with being aware. And you can know that it has happened when you're feeling bad inside or when it just doesn't feel good. That means that turbulence is on the rise. I have left the atmosphere of loving. And since I've been here the last couple years, I've been very fortunate to bump into A Course in Miracles and have been studying that. And for any of you who haven't, it's a fabulous course. So Course in Miracles says you are never upset for the reason that you think you are. And a miracle happens when we change our perception from judgments and grievances and seeing only lack and limitation. Then we can see new possibilities through the eyes of love and forgiveness. And forgiveness doesn't mean that you're okay with what somebody did. It just means that you release the negative energy from you and know that they're doing the best they can at the time. If they could be doing better, they probably would. And everybody, who in here has never gotten upset before? All right. I didn't think so. We all get upset sometimes. It's so funny that right about now that I'm in another course with Landmark Forum, and it's dealing with upsets. And that instead of the Course in Miracles with we're never upset for the reason that we think we are, it's a similar thing, is that we get upset. Upset happens, right? Everybody gets upset. We're not supposed to squash it down. It's what we do with it, letting it up, letting it rise, acknowledging it, being aware of it. But what gets our upsets so inflamed is our stories. the story we have that goes with the upset. If we take that story away, we can just go, oh, there's upset here. That's okay, there's nothing wrong with it. It's like the turbulence on the airplane. The turbulence is happening. It's okay. The captain has us, puts the seatbelt sign on, has us buckle in, has us change our awareness, be careful, stay seated. So all of that when we notice that there's an upset. And A Course in Miracle also says there are only two emotions, and that is love and fear. And that, I like it when things are cut and dry and very concise. So if you're not in love, so if you're not feeling good and in joy, then you're probably in some level of fear, which leads to upset. And since love is the only thing real, because we say God is love, right? And we are love, that all fear is false evidence appearing real. And we have taken it in and perceiving it, and from that perception that we're holding inside, that we are making, we're responsible actually for the upset. It doesn't have to be an upset. We can be with somebody else who's upset, and like the reading that Reverend Shaw read today, we can, instead of reacting, we can respond, and we can jump down into our hearts, and maybe this person just needs somebody to hear him out. And we can listen. We can practice sacred listening. And that's where my mom always said, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. So, because when another person's upset and you buy into that upset, before you know it, you have a real problem on your hands. So, Course in Miracles says that the only thing in life that's real is love, and everything else is a call or a cry for love. And so there's an affirmation that we have today. If you guys would like to say it with me. You down? Yes. So I'm going to say it first. God's love is my love, and my love is resilient. You ready? God's love is my love, and my love is resilient. One more time. God's love is my love, and my love is resilient. So for the takeaway today, at least what came up for me for preparing this talk is that since God is love, and since right where I am, God is, and that I am love, that I have come to know that God is not a noun, not a person or thing outside of us. It is a verb. God is the lovingness, the kindness, the wisdom and the creativity and the intelligence and joy that is with us. It's that activity. It's not a thing or a person or a place. It is the energy and the activity of those things. So when I am being more loving, then it's natural that I'm bringing more love into the world. And when you bring more love into the world, like the song we just did. When we're up here singing that, I love myself so I can love you so much, so you can love me so much. How did that feel? That feels good, right? And to me, if I can impart anything here today, any inspiration, any wisdom, it's that that love resides here in us, and we can claim it and activate it anytime. And especially when we're having turbulence, it's a really good time to remember that and to turn it back on. So, our last slide here. So another example of God's love and the unconditional love that's all around us all the time is like when we're loving, everybody else feels love. It's also, who has pets here? Yeah. So I've heard it say that our pets are God with furry 4 legs. Yeah, wouldn't you say? And they're just so amazing. So when we can see through the heart, then we can see new possibilities and potentialities. And that is the shift and the change. And this is a practice. We say this here all the time. Practice, practice, practice. That's why we're called practitioners, because we practice. That's why I do meditation here every Tuesday night. It's partly to get my son to come here, because he comes now. My ploy work. Don't tell him back there. Are you paying attention, Cole? So, but no. Actually, in the very beginning, when I decided that I wanted to research meditation, and I went to a Buddhist center, and then I spent 4 years studying with Buddhism. But the thing is that meditation helps us touch that which is in us. Because we go through our whole lives looking for things, because we all said we want to be happy, this happiness outside of ourselves, when, guess what? It's in here. And that's how we access it. We access it through meditation, through sitting still. We can also access it through long walks in nature, or out in the forest, or on the beach, or even guys out on the golf course, out fishing. Those are all forms of meditation. So when we experience turbulence, the main takeaway for today is that we can begin anew. And what beginning anew means is recognizing, having the awareness that, oh, things aren't going great right now, things are bumpy, and I know how. I listened to Linda the other day, and I know what to do and how to get myself back into love. And one of the things that's come up for me in meditation, anybody who's done them with me can say, is that we practice smiling. Put a smile on your face right now. Now feel that smile. Feel the energy of that smile. So that's what you can do when turbulence shows up, is that you can smile, you can drop into that energy, you can ask yourself, do I just need to listen right now? Do I need to say anything? Or maybe I need to apologize, or whatever it is. Just turning within and tapping in. Because love is a giving, not a getting. And I'm going to wrap up today and end with a reading from, this is a little book of gold nuggets, Messages from Existence by Osho. And it goes like this. Ooh. Can I even read this with these glasses? To understand love, first you should be loving. And then only can you understand love. Millions of people are suffering. They want to be loved, but they don't know how to love. And love cannot exist as a monologue. It is a dialogue, and a very harmonious dialogue. It is not what people give to you that satisfied. It is what you give to people that satisfied. It is not by being a beggar that you can be contented. It is by being an emperor. And love, when you give, makes you an emperor. And I love this one. Ego is the greatest bondage. It is the only hell I know of. Those who have found the source of love within themselves are no longer in need of loving. and being loved, they will be loved. They will love for no other reason, but simply they have too much of it. And just as a rain cloud wants to rain and a flower wants to give off its fragrance, with no desire in getting, the reward of love is in the loving, not in the getting. And these are the mysteries of life, that if a person is rewarded just by loving people, many will love him or her, because by being in contact with him or her, they will slowly start finding the source of love within themselves. Now they know one person, at least, who showers love, and whose love is not out of any need. And the more he or she shares and showers his love, the more that it grows. So let us take this into prayer. So if you're comfortable, close your outer eye and opening your inner eye, dropping down into your heart, letting go of everything that came before this moment, and all anticipation of future moments. As we allow ourselves to be completely and fully embraced in love, this love that is always here, always available, for there is not a spot where God is not. So God is on the scene, on the midst, right here, right now, in everything that can be seen, and all the possibilities and the potentialities of the unseen. And as I know this to be so, I know that today, as we hear this message of turbulence in love, that it is merely a call to action. I am knowing that each one of us here is empowered by this knowing, and that we take this love that we are and these new skills that we have out into the world, and that we continue making this a world that works for everyone by accepting and loving and allowing space for all people, all races, all cultures, just absolutely knowing that love is all there is. And so for this and so much more, I am indeed grateful as I release this word unto that living, loving law of fulfillment, knowing it is already done in the heart and mind of God. So we just lean in, let go, and let God have its way. And together we can anchor this by saying, and so it is. Thank you, everybody.